everyone, I'm Natalie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make gluten-free blueberry oat muffins. This is a great recipe even if you aren't gluten-free. It's delicious. I got this recipe off of sugarfreemom.com. It is a great recipe. So the ingredients are oats. You're going to be using rolled oats or old-fashioned oats, gluten-free flour, unsweetened applesauce, vanilla, melted butter. I'm using chopped pecans, but you can leave out the nuts or use walnuts or almonds, whatever you want. Baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, eggs, milk. I'm using almond milk, but you can use regular milk. And then stevia, because we have no refined sugars in this recipe. And of course, blueberries. So the first thing we are going to be doing is we are going to put our oats into the bowl. We're gonna have 1 cup of oats. 1 cup of oats. I already have this, a fourth a cup in my container, so I'm just gonna be using that. Next, we're gonna have 1 cup of gluten-free flour. You can probably use pretty much any gluten-free flour. You can use just a blend. You can use a nut flour. You can use probably coconut flour. I just use a blend of flour, so it's a cup of that. And I'm just using the fourth a cup from the oats because. Next, what you're going to do is you are going to add the rest of your dry ingredients, which is 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I have this all in a bowl right here, and I'm just going to add that in. And then you're going to use your stevia, and it's dry stevia, and you're going to do a tablespoon of that. So I'm just gonna mix my dry ingredients together. You got your oats, your flour, powder and soda, and then your stevia and cinnamon. Gonna mix those all together. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add the eggs, 2 eggs into your mixture. Stir that in there. After the eggs, we are going to add a fourth a cup of melted butter. And then we're just going to stir that in there. So this recipe will make 12 muffins, so a dozen. And you, at this point, or maybe before, if you're faster, maybe just set your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So just keep mixing that in, and now you're gonna add 1 cup of milk. Like I said, I use almond milk. I'm gonna add the milk. And then you're gonna add 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. That's gonna go right into the mixture. And then finally, to finish off the wet ingredients, you're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. This vanilla is kind of hard to. Okay, so you're gonna add a teaspoon of that. I don't usually measure with vanilla, but I'm just gonna measure this time. know I'm using a dry ingredient measuring spoon, but it'll be fine for granola. So you're gonna add that in. And then you're just gonna mix that in, get that all combined. And it should look pretty much something like this. You can see the oats and everything in there. But it should look like that. And then what you're gonna do, oh, and the salt. I don't usually measure with salt, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it in here. It said the recipe calls for half a cup. Sorry, that'd be too much salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it in there, just slightly, and combine that. So next, I'm using half a cup of chopped pecans, but you can use any nut. You can use walnuts or anything you like, or you don't have to use nuts at all. It doesn't matter. You can always like put chocolate chips in there if you want to, but I just use nuts. So you're going to gently just fold that in there. Get that all combined. And now for the final ingredient, blueberries. 1 cup of blueberries. If you don't like as much blueberries, you can always add half a cup, but I love blueberries. My mom loves blueberries. We all love blueberries. Blueberries are great. So we're gonna add the blueberries a little bit at a time and gently fold them in as we go. And I'm using frozen blueberries. So you can use frozen blueberries, and if you have fresh, that's great. You can use fresh blueberries if you want to. And it might turn the batter blue, just to let you know, but just because it's blue doesn't mean it's any less delicious. Gonna add in the rest of these. And stir the rest of them in. So my batter is very blue. It will probably look like this because blueberries are blue. So it should look like this. And your oven should be preheated by now. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna scoop these into 12 muffin tins. So my batter, I said it looked good. It does look good, but it just has a little bit of a runny consistency. So I think I should have used 3/4 a cup of almond milk, not 1 cup. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour, just a little bit less, probably like 1/8 of a cup. Just a little bit of flour. It's my brother. And then some more oats, just a little bit of that too. Just to get a thicker consistency that it's supposed to have. Okay, that's looking a little better. And so now what we are going to do is we are going to add this into our muffin tins. So we're gonna use, I don't know what you call it, ice cream scooper, muffin tin scooper, whatever you call it. So we are going to put those in our muffin tins, and you can use silicone, but I have not had great experience with silicone. So I'm gonna use regular paper, and I sprayed it with an avocado oil spray so it doesn't stick, because you don't want muffins that stick to your paper. So I'm just gonna take a scoop of this and scoop it in. And it's gonna go about halfway there, halfway to 3/4 of the way of the muffin cup, if you do a scoop like this. And you should wanna get probably an even amount of blueberries in each muffin cup. So we've got all of them filled, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more on top. I want nice high muffins. And gluten-free flour doesn't always make things rise as much as gluten does. So I'm just gonna add some more to each cup. Okay, so they're all scooped in the muffin tins. And from the looks of it, I will be able to make maybe 1 or 2 more muffins. That usually happens in recipes, just depends on how much you scoop into the container and the size of your muffin tins. So what we're going to do is we are going to put this in our 400-degree oven, and then we are going to bake it for approximately 25 minutes or until your toothpick comes out clean. So we'll see when they come out.